Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Chris McGee alongside Derek Fisher, big game James Worthy. We've got Mike Trudell out there in Indianapolis, and the team is about to get on a flight and come home. They go 5-1 on this big East Coast road trip. They've won 13 of 15 games, and tonight, 4 players, guys, with 20 points or more. Jackson Hayes filling in for DeAndre Ayton. You mentioned Luka right there. Another big game for him. LeBron, AR, the whole crew. But most impressive to me, fellas, was the mature mindset that the Lakers had coming into this game at the end of a trip after a big run, and then you're coming off a loss. From the opening tip, the defense was the story. Hot offense early as well, but they scored 29 points off 18 turnovers. Big game. The Lakers got out and running, 22 in fast break as well.
Yeah, you said it, Gator. Realizing, this being the last game of the road trip, having already succeeded on the road with, I think, a 5-1 record, being the last game, they needed to come out with a strong start defensively, and they did that. You could tell that they were focused, even though they were missing 3 players. They realized they had to have a mindset that they were going to get the job done, next man up. And I think those 2 men were Hayes, obviously, double-double. I thought Jake LaRavia provided a lot of punch and, energy with deflections and steals. And then, of course, you had your main guys, the trio, LeBron and Luka, doing what they're supposed to do. But it was a complete team effort tonight to get the win. A little sloppy toward the end. You kind of have that sometime when you have a lead. And Fish said it before, the 3 will get you back into it, and it did. But they were able to secure the win, and good, nice plane ride home, Geeter.
Yeah, just overall, it's a really good win. Like to finish a 2-week road trip, it's a tough game to play in mentally, even more so than physically. To finish this out the right way with the mindset that they showed. Some of the sloppiness you could also attribute to the 3 guys that were out. I mean, Marcus Smart leads the team in plus-minus. He impacts the game more than anybody on the team in terms of making sure that the group is doing what they need to do. He brings the defensive mindset and mentality that are needed most nights. And then, of course, DeAndre Ayton, Jackson Hayes played a great game, but that front court depth was lacking. And then you also have Rui out. And so some of that up and down performance will come when you have guys out. But you have to tip your cap to the guys 5-1 on this road trip. Regardless of the scores and how it happened, they'll take these results almost every time.
Yeah, with 9 games left, you celebrate it. You look at the big 3. They combined for 91 points. We'll start with Luka, guys, and he just continues to move up lists here in Los Angeles. He's only been here for 13 months. It was his 14th 40-point game this season. He has 11 straight 30-plus games. So you see 40-point games in Laker history, 16. His 11th straight 30-plus game in a Laker uniform. His last 11 games, he's averaging 39 points per game, 39% from 3, 48% from the field. And you talk about a guy that put this game out of reach in the first quarter. Remember, the Lakers built up a 45-28 lead in the first quarter. Luka had 21.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you have a starter like Luka, who can get you those type of leads, Geeter, early in the game, but that's a nice cushion to have. And then he continues to provide that spark throughout the game. Just unstoppable in a one-on-one situation with range and capabilities that, a lot of players just aren't used to seeing. But when you have that guy, and along with Austin and LeBron, that's a nice trio to have and a nice jump start.
And on the road especially, you have a teammate that can really kind of set the tone, get some confidence going, like seeing how well Luka was playing early, allows other guys to settle into the game. Like you mentioned, with 4 guys in double figures and the 3 other guys with 20-plus in double figures. But Shaq oftentimes would get our early groups off to a really strong start, playing through him in the first quarter. And then, of course, Kobe being a guy that could just set this tone right at the beginning and force defenses to read and react and open other things up. And Luka just has that ability where his first quarter starts, it kind of sets everything else in motion. Now the defense is adjusting to how do we slow him down. And then that's where LeBron is basically averaging a triple-double the last couple weeks. Austin gets his opportunities. Other guys are able to contribute as well.
Yeah, Luka playing like an MVP, guys, and this is the 60th 40-point game of his career. That ties him with Dame for 15th most He's only just 27 years old, so you know he's got a lot more 40-point games in his bag. I mentioned the 4 players, James, with 20 points or more. Look at it right here. This is incredible. Luka with 43, AR with 25 and 8. LeBron, a rebound and assist shy again of a triple-double. He's been close to a triple-double in his last couple games. He was 23-99. And let's give some love to Jackson Hayes. Let's talk about him. 21 points, 9 of 11, 10 rebounds, catching lobs from everyone. Great hustle on defense, help side defense, couple of blocks. He had a great game, James.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with his defensive effort as well. With 8 now, he's the only really rim protector we had. And he's coming from the weak side and really, blocking some shots and altering others. But, these guys have been playing together, Geeter. Those 4, plus you weren't throwing 8 and all the 8, and, and Marcus Smart and Rui, they've had some time on the floor together over this last month. So the chemistry is good. They know each other's tendencies. Hayes knows that he rolls. There's a lob coming if it's available. So I think the fact that they've been on the floor together and they finally get some time on the floor and they kind of know each other, results are good.
And Fish, you said something at halftime. Defense travels, right? And this is where the Lakers have been able to hang their hat. You look in the last 15 games, they're 9th in defensive rating. Yes, Jackson Hayes plays incredible, but there was also balance everywhere with this team. That was key tonight.
Yeah, and defensively, you talk about Jake LaRavia early in this game was really active with his hands, deflections, creating steal opportunities. And it may not show up in the stat sheet in terms of, his points or his production, but you see there, those are the types of plays those travel on the road. It takes very little talent or skill. It's effort, it's mindset, it's a willingness to put your body in harm's way and not be a guy that's worrying about who gets the credit. You just want to win. There are no names on the banners that teams hang in the arena.
No, it's just the team, right, in the year?
It's the team, the year, the win-loss record, etc. You get your name on the side of your championship ring, but it also doesn't have your field goal percentage on the side of your championship ring.
No.
Doesn't have how many shots you missed during the season.
Got a lot of diamonds in there.
It's just a lot of ice. And so, if you stay focused on those things, and that's really what defense is about. You don't worry about who gets the credit or what it looks like. You just try to get the job done.
Before we get to JJ, I do want to ask you guys this. 5-1 on this road trip. That's 6 games in 9 days. They've won 13 of 15. With 9 games left, they've put themselves in a great position to finish 3rd in the West. James, what stood out in this stretch?
Just their mentality. A lot of teams have the talent and they have the, ability, but just having the ability and the talent doesn't make it. I think they came, as a team and said, look, this is who we are. We have to identify ourselves as a defensive team first and let the rest of it flow. That was really impressive to me from the beginning, the defense that they started to play in the first quarter and then sustain it for most of the game.
I would add the no excuses mindset that's kind of been developing, to be honest, since JJ's arrival. I think over the years there's been a lot of ability for people to point to others as to why the Lakers weren't being as successful. And I think that's changed. I believe he's created a culture in a locker room where nobody on that team wants to be the one guy that didn't rotate on defense and know that that's going to get talked about on film. They don't want to be the one guy that offensively didn't move the ball when he was supposed to move it because they know that they're going to get held accountable to those things. And so that has really kind of raised the level of what this team was able to sustain night in and night out. And, we're seeing it at this point in the regular season. And, of course, they want to take it into the postseason as well.
All right, time to hear from Coach J.J. Redick, brought to you by your Toyota.